Thank you for joining us this afternoon. Well, the ANC's Women's League is launching the Charlotte Maxeke Volunteer program in Port Elizabeth today. It forms part of the Women's League electioneering strategy for the local government elections. Today's launch was preceded by a public march in the city earlier this week with a message of women must unite to curb gender-based violence. Let's cross to our reporter in Port Elizabeth, Janine Lee, for more.
A very good morning from Nelson Mandela Bay. It's been raining here this morning, but it's cleared now. But we know that rain in Xhosa tradition is a blessing, so it's a very good sign. We're here in Zwidi for the launch of the ANC Women's League. It's their volunteer program, and the spokesperson for the league, we've got Thokozile Kasu, who's going to tell us more and how important this volunteer program actually is for the league. What is going to happen today, and why is it so important?
We are so excited today to be in Nelson Mandela Bay, launching our Charlotte Maxeke Volunteer program. The essence of this program is really to bring back the essence of the ANC Women's League as a mobilizer of our communities. We want to bring back that spirit of Charlotte Maxeke, who are pioneers of our struggle, who are heroes of the struggle for women's emancipation. That today, women are faced with different challenges from those of Mama Charlotte Maxeke. But today we have such powerful women, such young women who have grown up the ranks, who have benefited, who are now professionals, some of them who are in business, others, but also others, are taking up the challenges to continue to sustain our communities. And those women need our support. So we are presenting the ANC Women's League as that support for those women to also be able to unite to confront the challenges that women are confronted with. So we are here today in reality to launch this program, to begin to say to women, here is the support. United, let's bring back that heroism from Mama Charlotte Maxeke into an inspiration that women today must begin to be that inspiration that would tackle issues, because if you tackle issues of women, we are tackling issues of their young children, we are tackling issues of society. And as women of the ANC Women's League, we are in the majority in the African National Congress itself, and we believe that the agenda of the African National Congress must be set by women. We can set up the agenda, but we need that inspiration and that muscle that is coming from the women. We can feel the spirit already as we're moving into the areas here that women do not want to be recipients. They want to do things. They want things done. They are people of action. And with the action and inspiration and, the passion that President Bathabile Dlamini presents and the women that she leads within the Women's League, we are confident that the volunteers that we are launching today are volunteers that are going to remain in the communities, bring and unite women to say we need to change the communities to be what we want. We want to change our household to respond to our young people. We want young women because there are so many of them. There must not just be statistics of unemployment, statistics of not being able to get to school, or, they fall within the cracks. Because even today we'll be having Nompendulo from West University to give that inspiration to young people never to despair. Instead, to fight for your cause. That is why we as elderly women, we're fighting behind them to say fees must fall as well.
Minister, can I just ask you, the Women's League has been in the Bay for 2 weeks now. You've been very active in the Bay. The lead up to this 2 weeks, you've been doing a lot of things.
We've been doing a lot of things. We've touched women who have been affected by violence, because as we're here from the 6th of December up to today, we also were part of the campaign for the 16 days of activism against violence against women and children. And we're happy to also reclaim the Nelson Mandela Bay with families that have been affected, bringing them together. We are preaching unity, that we can fight the scourge of violence against women and children. As the Women's League, we always associate ourselves with victims of violence. We're happy to partner with the Steenkamp family and the other families that were affected within the Bay municipality. And they are part of today's gathering today, because what we are saying is that this affects us. it needs us to unite. We have to fight the courts if they don't listen to us. We have to ensure that the system really responds to this. And as we are united in the communities, we can fight it. But also, yesterday night, we had our candles up. We were reclaiming the streets of Zwito because there's so much gangsterism, there's so much violence directed at women. Women are raped. Women, they're scared to come out, even to report some of these cases. We're reclaiming that. We're happy to partner with the enforcement agencies because we're saying no more again to our elderly people, no more again to our young people, no more again to our women. Everybody must be part of this campaign. So we have touched lives because we believe as women we touch lives. We have buried loved ones within these communities where families could not. And we're saying it's not about government, it's about humanity because we did it without government. So communities who are living this to be a sustainable program with volunteers, that must begin to get into communities, households, and bring to the fore challenges that people are confronted with so that we can all seek a resolution to such. We believe that women possess also resolution to challenges that they have.
Briefly, going forward, what would you say is the biggest challenge for the ANC Women's League?
We are looking at various avenues because women represent women across racial groups, across the digital divide, as I may just summarize it to be. Women are affected. In fact, the gains that we have amassed from 1994 can easily slip away because, for instance, we have more women who are now in the education system. And at a certain point, now they are confronted with issues at early childhood, at high school level, and at tertiary level. We want to ensure that we cannot reverse those gains. We want to see women taking up careers in the new fields without stumbling blocks. If it's a stumbling block, we have to ensure that we move together. We want to take the issue of empowerment of women because we believe entangled within it is the issue of gender-based violence. So women need to be empowered. We're talking those deep down there in the rural areas where there are no TV coverages, but that women need to unite to support those women. We need to find ways to come closer because support goes a long way. We want to get to professional women because they hide behind makeups. They are hit, they are abused, but they are able to drive big cars and cannot tackle these things. They affect their health. We want to come sit and we're looking at issues broadly that affect women.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We will bring you more on the launch of the volunteer program from Zwede in Port Elizabeth in our later news bulletins. And as you've heard from the spokesperson, a woman's work is never done.